For over 2.5 millennia, royal fashion has transformed again and again, from the sunlit shores of ancient Greece to the glittering courts of Versailles, from medieval castles to modern palaces. Every era created its own vision of what a princess should look like. Some dressed for religion, some for power, some for beauty, and some for the cameras of a global audience. But how did royal fashion change so dramatically over 2,500 years? Our story begins in ancient Greece. Around 500 BC, princesses wore garments very different from the fairy tale gowns we imagine today. Their clothing was simple, elegant, and practical. Light linen was draped around the body to form the chiton or peplos. Soft folds moved naturally with the wind. Gold jewelry was modest. Beauty came from proportion rather than decoration. A few centuries later, Rome reshaped royal fashion. The Roman elite used clothing to communicate status and authority. Princesses and noblewomen wore the stola beneath a flowing palla. Rich dyes became symbols of power. No colour was more prestigious than imperial purple. Pearls, imported from distant lands, became treasured luxuries. Fashion was no longer only about beauty. It had become a statement of rank. As the Roman Empire faded, a new centre of power emerged in Constantinople. The Byzantine Empire combined imperial wealth with deep religious influence. Princesses wore magnificent silk robes embroidered with gold thread. Jewels covered crowns, collars, and sleeves. Every detail reflected divine authority. Their appearance was designed to inspire awe. Meanwhile, in Western Europe, life became less stable. The early medieval centuries brought political fragmentation and uncertainty. Royal clothing grew simpler. Princesses wore long dresses, cloaks, and head coverings. Modesty became increasingly important. Luxury survived, but it was far less visible. By the High Middle Ages, royal courts began to flourish again. Trade expanded. Wealth returned. Princesses wore longer gowns, decorative belts, and flowing sleeves. Fashion became a symbol of refinement and courtly culture. Now, we arrive at the image most people associate with a medieval princess, the Gothic Era. Tall silhouettes became fashionable. The famous hennin, a towering cone-shaped headdress, stretched upward toward the heavens. Long veils cascaded behind noblewomen. Everything emphasized height, elegance, and grace. It was fashion designed to appear almost otherworldly. Then came the Italian Renaissance, a period of artistic brilliance. Inspired by classical ideals, princesses embraced luxurious fabrics, rich colors, and exquisite craftsmanship. Velvet, silk, and pearls became symbols of prestige. Deep reds, emerald greens, and gold dominated noble wardrobes. Fashion reflected the confidence of an age obsessed with beauty and human achievement. Across the Channel, Tudor England developed its own distinctive style. Princesses wore structured gowns with broad skirts and square necklines. Layers of fabric displayed immense wealth. Every jewel and embroidery pattern communicated status. Royal clothing became a form of political theatre. The 17th and 18th centuries witnessed the most extravagant royal fashion Europe had ever seen. In the Baroque Era, clothing projected power. Absolute monarchs ruled vast kingdoms. Princesses appeared in gowns overflowing with silk, lace, gold embroidery, and precious stones. Nothing was subtle. Everything was designed to impress. But even Baroque splendor would eventually be surpassed. Welcome to Rococo, the height of aristocratic luxury. At Versailles, fashion became an art form. Pastel colours replaced darker tones. Floral embroidery covered enormous skirts. Hair rose higher and higher, often decorated with ribbons, pearls, and feathers. Hand fans became essential accessories. Every movement was carefully choreographed. Every detail celebrated elegance. For many historians, Rococo represents the peak of royal fashion's extravagance. Then everything changed. The French Revolution transformed Europe. Lavish displays of aristocratic excess suddenly seemed dangerous. Fashion moved in a new direction. The empire style, inspired by ancient Greece and Rome, embraced simplicity. Waistlines rose, skirts became lighter, decoration was reduced. Royal fashion rediscovered classical restraint. Yet extravagance would return in a different form during the Victorian era. Industrial advances made luxury more accessible. Princesses wore tightly fitted corsets and enormous crinoline skirts. The silhouette became dramatic once again. Fashion reflected both wealth and the strict social expectations of the 19th century. At the beginning of the 20th century, the Edwardian era introduced a softer elegance. Princesses favoured delicate lace, flowing fabrics, and refined femininity. Royal fashion appeared lighter than ever before. Then came a new kind of princess, Grace Kelly, a Hollywood star who became a real princess. Her wedding and public appearances blended cinematic glamour with royal sophistication. She helped redefine what modern royalty could look like. A generation later, Princess Diana transformed royal fashion once again. She was not simply admired, she was followed, photographed, copied. Her style became global news. Fashion had entered the age of mass media. Today, modern princesses face a very different world. Catherine, Princess of Wales, represents a balance between tradition and practicality. Tailored coats, elegant dresses, careful re-wearing of outfits. Fashion remains important, but accessibility and relatability matter more than ever before. The modern princess is no longer distant. She is visible to the entire world. For over 2,500 years, royal fashion evolved from simple draped linen to elaborate palace gowns, and finally to the refined elegance of modern royalty. Each dress tells a story, not only of beauty, but of power, faith, politics, culture, and the changing role of women throughout history. The story of royal fashion is, in many ways, the story of Europe itself.